It has been a violent day in Iraq. Authorities now say more than 40 people were killed in a string of bombings across the country. More than 250 were wounded. Two of the blasts struck a checkpoint outside Baghdad airport. The explosions there were among more than 30 attacks that took place from northern Iraq to the south. No one's claimed responsibility for the violence, but it comes as Iraqis prepare to vote in provincial elections. For more on these attacks, journalist Prashant Rao is with us from Baghdad via Skype. Thank you for joining us. Any claim of responsibility so far, and who would have most to gain from this disruption and violence?
As is typical in Iraq with attacks of this magnitude, there has been no claim of responsibility on the day of the attack. That usually comes in subsequent days. But the way that the attacks were carried out, multiple car bombings, suicide attacks, all during morning, the most deadly of which were in morning rush hour, and time to apparently be coordinated, really suggests that this was carried out by al-Qaeda's Iraqi affiliate, the Islamic State of Iraq. But in terms of who has the most to gain from this, that would also probably be the Islamic State of Iraq, simply because they have, at least in recent days, targeted candidates or claimed to have tried to intimidate candidates. And they've tried to reduce participation levels, especially in the Sunni areas where they seem to carry out the most attacks.
And let me ask you about the security situation overall. I mean, it's certainly nothing like it was in 2006, 2007, but nonetheless, it has been on the rise, particularly last month was a very deadly month in Iraq. Are the authorities capable overall of handling and managing the security situation?
Well, what Iraqi officials and diplomats will say is that Iraqi security forces are on the whole capable of maintaining internal security, so that a kind of repeat of 2006 and 2007 is highly unlikely. But Iraqi security forces are effectively unable to control their borders, their airspace, their maritime territory. And as we've seen today, this claim that they can maintain internal security is really one that has to be questioned.
All right, we'll leave it there. Prashant Rao, thank you very much indeed. We'll have to see, obviously, whether the violence stops people from going to the polls on Saturday.